Jamisha, my company uses Microsoft Teams for file sharing and collaboration, but also for communication. I know there are a lot of ways to use Teams, but I feel like it should be pretty easy. I mean, how hard could it be to use a chat app?
It's not hard at all, but there are some really useful features that not everyone knows about. How about if we take a look at it together? I can show you the basics, but I also have my top 10 secret tips I can share with you.
That would be great. I'd love to learn some extra tips about conversations in Teams that not everyone knows.
First, let's start a chat. Click on Chat on the left side of the screen. Then the new chat icon at the top of the chat pane. Enter your contact's name on the to line. If it's someone in your organization, their name should come up easily. And here's tip number 1. For someone outside your organization, if your company allows access to external users, then all you need to do is enter their email address and begin a chat. They'll be prompted to use Teams unless they have a Skype account, in which case they can choose to respond from Skype.
Now that I've entered my contact, it looks like all I have to do is type my message where indicated and press enter or click the send icon.
So that's one option, but let me show you a few lesser known ways to start a chat. Anywhere you see the person's avatar, just hover over it and either click the chat icon to go to the chat window or type where it says send a quick message and send. You can also send a chat from Outlook using their avatar or by clicking the reply with I am option from an email. Lastly, and this is secret tip number 2, you can always just click the command box at the top of the Teams window, type /chat, then the person's name.
I like that one. Do I have to open the chat window or can I go ahead and type my message there?
Type your message and send it all from the command box. Then you'll be able to see your recent chats to the left of the screen so you can keep track of your different ongoing conversations.
That's great. Is there a way to keep a chat window open but still be able to access items in other parts of the app?
To do that, just click the pop-out chat icon next to the chat you'd like to pop out, or right-click and select Pop-out Chat. This only works in the app though. You won't get the option using the browser or mobile versions. By the way, you can mark a message as important or urgent. To do this, select the exclamation mark beneath the compose box, which opens the set delivery options menu, and then select important or urgent. This will add the word important or urgent to your message and add the visual symbol to it as well. Your administrator will have to enable urgent messages, and they may work differently in the chats with over 20 members. An urgent message will notify the person or group every 2 minutes for 20 minutes, or until they read it.
That sounds like the equivalent of banging on a door until someone answers. I'll make sure to only mark time-sensitive messages as urgent so I don't create false alarms. How can I know if someone has read my messages? I'm sure everyone isn't anxiously waiting around to reply immediately.
If the recipient has read receipts enabled in their settings, then you'll see a picture of an eye next to the message once they've read it. Let's talk about some of the tabs above the conversation. Files will show you any files you've shared in the chat. And if the org chart has been created, organization shows you where the person you're talking to fits into the organization, who they report to, and who reports to them.
That's really handy to know if I haven't worked with that person before. It would also help me keep straight if I'm talking to Andy in accounting or Andy in sales.
The Activity tab shows you other shared conversations the person you're chatting with has been involved in. And if you want to discuss a document together, you can share your screen with them just by clicking the Share Content button in the upper right-hand corner and selecting which window or desktop you'd like to share.
That would be a great way to get some help with an issue I might be having instead of trying to explain it. It looks like I can even give control over to them to make changes on my screen.
Yes, they could request control and just go ahead and modify something on your computer.
I really like all of these options. But if I just need to send a simple message, I'm still trying to think through why I should use Teams chat when I could just use WhatsApp or send a text.
Most chatting and texting options have great features, but the benefit of using a Teams chat is that you can integrate the chat with other Microsoft tools like email, shared documents, apps, and great formatting tools that we'll look at in a later lesson.
That makes a lot of sense. I've already learned so much, and I'm looking forward to more of your secret tips.